Welcome to Hey Dr. Sue. So people submit their sex questions to me anonymously, and once a week I post one question and one answer. Do you have a sex question you've always wanted answered? Go ahead and check out the description for information on how to submit it anonymously. This week's question is, my partner and I have taken steps to no longer require the use of condoms to prevent pregnancies, getting a vasectomy, and IUD. We have a stock of condoms. What's the risk of using expired condoms just for the easier cleanup factor? As a sexual health educator, my immediate reaction to reading this was don't use expired condoms. But then I started thinking more about this. Condoms are usually recommended for two things. They're recommended for either pregnancy prevention and or prevention of the transmission of STIs, sexually transmitted infections. Given that you've addressed the pregnancy issue with both a vasectomy and an IUD, I would say that pregnancy prevention is not an issue for you. And I'm guessing that you're not worried about STI transmission. If you are, then don't use the expired condoms. When people use expired condoms, they put themselves at risk of there being tiny tears in the condom. It's not like the condom will break in a big dramatic fashion like a rubber band snapping. That might only happen if it's really expired or is brittle from being stored in a hot place. What will happen is that there will be very tiny tears in the material. These tears are too small for you to see, but big enough to allow semen to get through. If there's any doubt in your mind about STI transmission or the possibility of pregnancy, then definitely use a condom that isn't expired. So if you're in a situation where you're not worried about STIs, you're not worried about pregnancy, I would say go ahead and use the expired condoms for the cleanup factor. There's no risk other than the condom breaking and the cleanup being a little more than you were expecting. The one thing to keep in mind is if the condom is lubricated. If the expired condom is a lubricated one, then the lube may have dried up and you may need to add more lube. And for the person who submitted this question, thanks for challenging me to think about condoms outside the regular disease and pregnancy prevention lens. I appreciate it. Until next time, be safe and have fun. Did you enjoy that video? If so, make sure to like it. Also, make sure to subscribe. It lets you know when new videos are coming out and it helps to support the channel. Check out the description for information on how to find me on Instagram and Medium.